Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. There have been a lot of changes in the electric vehicle charging space over the last 6 months, and the biggest is that Tesla's North American charging standard is becoming the standard for all of North America. All kinds of manufacturers are signing up. EV charging companies are signing up for the standard. And I think the common perception was that there was going to be a big benefit to Tesla for this becoming the standard. They were going to get some sort of licensing royalties. They were going to get data. We have found out in conference calls from earnings that that's actually not true. So I want to go through the exact comments from Elon Musk and then actually Rivian's CEO that give us some of the details behind what those arrangements are between these auto manufacturers. My name is Travis William. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content. And if you like this video, check out my newsletter, Asymmetric Investing, in the show notes. And I'll just go straight to the transcript and start with Elon Musk. This part in blue is what's worth highlighting. And he says, I would like to emphasize very strongly, this is very important, that just as with the North American charging standard, although we're not licensing, in that case, not licensing, we're just making it available. And he goes on to talk about being open to licensing full self-driving technology software. But in relation to the North American charging standard, we're not licensing it. We're just making it available. So it doesn't appear that there's going to be any meaningful revenue coming into Tesla for that standard. Other auto manufacturers just get to use it. Let's go to Rivian's, because one of the other things that I heard was that there was going to be a lot of data transfer. Tesla does get a lot of data from the charging from its own vehicles, but is it going to get information from General Motors or Ford or Rivian vehicles to understand what their degradation is like, how many miles they're driving, how quickly they charge? And it seems like the answer is no. RJ Scaridge, Rivian's CEO, says, but in terms of specifically on what occurs in terms of data transfer, there's not any data transfer built into the relationship. So it's a charging relationship whereby our customers will access the network and ultimately pay for the charging, and that will flow from us through to Tesla. So the charging relationship from Tesla with all of these other automakers appears to just be that these automakers are going to allow their customers to charge on Tesla chargers, and then they may actually pay that automaker, and the automaker will then pay Tesla for the electrons. So it's basically a usage-based agreement. There's no data being transferred. There's no license for using the plug. It's basically just a commodity charging network. And as we see more of these charging networks being built up across the country and around the world, the plug itself is going to be effectively a commodity. We've already seen that there are a number of EV charging networks that have said that they're going to be building North American charging standard chargers out before the end of this year. So I think this gives us at least a little bit of clarity about what that relationship is. What Tesla seems to have actually done is basically just make its plug a standard the same way that most standards are developed, but instead of doing it at a committee level with one of the industry organizations, they've actually just made the standard and then made it available to everybody else. But it doesn't seem like there's going to be a lot of money coming in or data coming in to Tesla outside of just selling electrons to those electric vehicle manufacturers. So I thought those were interesting notes, especially after a lot of the comments that I got coming out of some of these agreements where people were saying where they were going to make hundreds of millions of dollars in licensing or get a ton of data. It does not appear that that's going to be the case. But what did you think? Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.